For Action News, I'm Anna Samovska, sitting here with Dr. Gilbert Ross and Dr. Josh Bloom. Welcome. And this is our new segment here at Action we call We Debunk Junk. Here's how it works. We take 2 or 3 of the junkiest new science and health stories or studies making news, and our experts weigh in on just how junky they are. First up, a study from Australia claiming pigs that were fed a genetically modified diet developed inflamed stomachs and large uteri. Dr. Josh Bloom, your take?
This was maybe the most dishonest study I've seen in quite some time. And they knew it too. This was manipulated data specifically designed to make headlines, and it did, because if you can forgive a pun, the mainstream press swallowed it whole, and there was nothing there. They divided them into 6 arbitrary candidates. 5 of them were meaningless, and one of them happened to have statistical significance just by chance. So they reported that severe gastric inflammation was found in pigs that ate GMO crops. What they didn't say is that in the rest of the categories, it was usually less inflammation. So if you actually combined all of it, there would have been no effect whatsoever. So they cherry-picked out one little tiny piece of data, maybe 5% of the whole study. This became the headline, and this became the headlines. So this is mega garbage. The good news is that the journal, which is called the Journal of Organic Systems, which has about as many listeners as a conch shell, was supported by the organic food industry. So this is basically an advertisement, and just any kind of look under the covers reveals what is really going on here.
Okay, next up, an article on artificially sweetened beverages that came out last week claiming that artificial sweetened drinks are no better off than sugar-sweetened drinks and provoking obesity. Dr. Ross, talk about this theory, which, by the way, I should mention, was one author's theory, not a scientific study.
Yes, indeed. It was merely an opinion piece written by a professor at Purdue, her theory is that artificially sweetened beverages change people's taste perception of sweetness, so that they desire and crave more sweetened foodstuffs, which tend to increase obesity, such that artificially sweetened beverages don't do any good for people trying to reduce their caloric consumption and lose weight, compared to drinking regular sugary beverages. She's basically talking out of the top of her head, and it was published in something called the Trends in Endocrinology and Metabolism, and I guess she would like this to be a trend, I suppose, but it's not. There's no science or evidence behind her theory. It's the opposite of logic. I mean, if you consume fewer calories, which is the goal of artificially sweetened beverages, you will indeed consume fewer calories than if you were drinking sugary beverages. And, she's entitled to her opinion, but for it to spread around the media like this means that artificially sweetened beverages are no good compared to sugary sweetened beverages is counterproductive and irresponsible.
All right, thank you, doctors. We here at Action will try to keep this segment alive. For now, thank you for debunking this week's junk, which is, of course, what we here do best. In the meantime, if you'd like to read more on these topics, you can head to our website, aksha.org. For Aksha, I'm Anna Samovska.